Welcome back with another video on Parents and Grandparents Peer Program in 2021. Today's video will clear some doubts regarding creating accounts and form IMM 5768 and IMM 5669. If you are interested, stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to Canadian Charisma. Hope you all doing great and staying safe. If you are new here, I provide information and free advice about Canadian immigration and help people to apply for Canada PR, which can save them a lot of money. Without a further delay, let's start today's video. Let's start with the question first. First question is, do we need to create two separate accounts, one for the principal applicant and one for the sponsor? Do we need to create two accounts, one for the father and one for the mother or any other dependent? How to sign the online forms? For the parents and grandparents PR application, you do not need to create two accounts. You need to create only one account, which should be in the name of the principal applicant. Other parent will use the same account. Other parent, or if there is any other dependent accompanying to the parents, they all can use the same account. The sponsor does not need to create any other account. Sponsor will use the principal applicant's account to upload his or her forms and documents. You need to submit two applications through the principal applicant's account. One by the sponsor and another one by the principal applicant. The sponsor needs to complete his or her forms on computer, and then these forms need to be signed by hand by the sponsor, by the principal applicant and by the co-signer if you have one. What you need to do, sponsor need to complete the form, then print it, sign it by hand. If co-signer is there, then he or she need to sign the form, then scan the form and email it to the principal applicant if principal applicant is in another country. Then principal applicant need to print it, sign it by hand, scan it and upload it in his or her account. So second application need to be completed by the principal applicant. Both parents will include in one application. You no need to create two accounts, for one for father and one for mother, or you no need to complete two applications. If there is more than two people, like any dependent children in there, all the people will include in one application. And this application need to be completed by the principal applicant for themselves and on behalf of other dependents. It could be spouse or any other kid. So what you need to do, suppose you are applying for mother and father both, then one of them will act as a principal applicant and the other as a dependent. Then principal applicant will complete all the forms on behalf of the dependent. At the end, principal applicant will sign off the application electronically for themselves and on behalf of other dependents. Next question is how to complete question number 3 and 4 in form IMM 5768. I will go through quickly through the whole form again. So first question is your spouse or common law partner co-signing the undertaking? You can provide, say yes or no accordingly. If you are not married, just write not applicable here with hand when you gonna print the form to sign it. Question number 2 is automatically done, that you are the sponsor. Start with question number 3, current undertaking. So now how many people you are sponsoring? If you are sponsoring single parent, you will write 1 here. If you are sponsoring both the parents, you will write 2 here. If you are sponsoring both the parents and one child with them, dependent child, you will write 3 here. I will write 2 here. So suppose for my family example, me, my spouse, I have 2 kids and I want to sponsor both the parents. I will calculate family according to that. Question number 3B is for the previous undertaking. This is about the main sponsor. If main sponsor has previous undertaking or sponsored someone already, this question is about that. And question number 4 is about the spouse or common law partner, or I can say co-signer. Just leave these 2 questions for now. We will be back on them in a bit. Just move to question number 5. So your spouse or common law partner if not included in 3 above. So you can add your spouse or common law partner on one place only. If you are adding it in number 5, you will not add here. So why you need to add in here? This is about if you sponsored your spouse just recently and the undertaking is still in effect, then you're gonna write your spouse here and you will leave this question number 5 blank. If the undertaking is not in effect now or you haven't sponsored your spouse, leave question number 3 and fill your spouse in question number 5. Now I told yes I have 2 kids, I will write here. So here you can see in question number 7, I have 6 family members, me, my spouse, 2 kids and 2 people I am sponsoring. So now let's go back to question number 3b. If you already sponsored someone and your undertaking is still in effect, you're gonna fill here. If you sponsored someone but the decision is not made on that application, the person is not PR yet, you're gonna fill it here. If you co-sign someone and undertaking is in effect here, otherwise if you co-signed someone but the application is not processed yet, the person is not PR yet, you're gonna fill it here. Same you're gonna read for question number 4. Suppose you co-signed for one of your spouse parent, then you're gonna write here they are already PR, suppose, so you're gonna write 1 here. Now when it comes to your co-signer, they said number of person included in previous undertaking, your spouse or common law partner signed as a sponsor. So your spouse signed as a sponsor for his or her parent and you co-signed. So you're not gonna repeat it here, because if you repeat it here, you will get so many members here. You're gonna count that member double here. So you're gonna say nothing here because you already gave it in 3b. So read that. If you already gave in 3b, you are not giving here. If you already gave it 3 4, just not give it there. So that's how 1. Now I will have 7 members here. So at the end you can check question number 7 if your family is calculating properly according to your previous undertaking and current undertaking and your current family size. You filled these answers properly, otherwise you can check them again. Many people ask about question number 14 and 17 that what they need to write here, what the family size you need to write here. Here you need to write the family size in the given particular period of time between these dates, what was your family size. Suppose you have only 1 kid that time and you can write then 3 people, you, your spouse and that kid. If you have 2 kids that time, you can write 4 here, use your spouse and your 2 kids. If you already sponsored someone and that person was with you in that period of time, then you can write 5. Accordingly, just what was your family size in this period of time you need to provide here. Next questions are, do all family members need to complete IMM 5669? How to write names in native language in IMM 5669? To answer these questions, let's go on IMM 5669. We already completed this form, but we can click on edit to go again back to the questions. So who need to complete this form? Only the principal applicant must fill out this form for yourself and on behalf of any of your family member 18 years of age or older who are not already Canadian citizen or permanent residents. Enter all names in English and your native language. So what it is, the principal applicant need to provide this form for themselves, for other any dependent. Here they said family member. Family member means the dependent who is 18 years of age and older. So their spouse can be their dependent, or any child who is under age of 22 and not married. If child is under age of 22 but married, cannot considered as a dependent. So they need to provide this form for all the dependents who is 18 years of age or older, means 18 to 22 in between, and they are the dependent. Even though they are coming to Canada or not, you need to provide that form for them. So this form can be completed for principal applicant, spouse, or any kid who is 22 year of age, under 22 year of age and not married. So that's the answer for first question. Next one, how to write the name in another language, in your native language. So for that, just click on edit and go to the form if you already completed. So here it's the write your name in the native language. What you can do, just go on internet, search, like I said, Jack in Hindi, Jack in Punjabi, Jack in Chinese, Jack in Bengali, whatever name you want, just copy from here. If you don't do that, it's not a problem, but if you want to complete, because I got question that many people want to complete it, oh, that's fine, perfect, just paste it here, and that's how you can write your name in the native language. Another thing, in form IMM 5669, the section D, personal history, if you are providing information here that the person is retired from last 10 years, since last 10 years, right, in that case you need to provide all the information from 18th birthday till now. So that's what you need to do. If you are saying that person is not doing any activity since last 10 years, then you need to provide all the information since 18th birthday. You can say he is a agriculturist from 18th birthday, he could be a student, he could be student for few years and then business person, then whatever job they are doing. Sometimes people are doing only one job from that many years, so not big deal. But if you are saying the person is retired since or not doing any activity since last 10 years, then you need to provide the information from the 18th birthday until now. And make sure at the end the principal applicant is declaring the application by writing his full name in English at the end of IMM 5669, and then you can say complete and return to application. That's all for today. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe it and press the bell icon to get notification for new videos. If you like my videos, please hit the like button. It gives me the motivation to bring more information for you guys. If you have any question, please feel free to leave me a comment below, DM me on Instagram or email me on canadiancharisma@yahoo.com. I will try my best to answer you as soon as possible. I will be back with more videos about PGP program. Till then, stay positive, stay safe, stay connected. Thanks for watching this video.